Hello all, how you doing? I will be your instructor for summer 2025 MMSC 491 or 691, so we have some undergrads in this class and some graduate students. I will be your host, Dr. Let's see if we can figure out how to pronounce this guy's name. Boney. There you go. Easy way to figure it out. So let's dive right into the course. So first things first, my view is going to look a little different because obviously I'm making the video that's going to be right here. And I also have a couple things open that you wouldn't be able to see if I did a student view of it. But everything will be pretty much the same once the course starts. So how do you do this? Where do you start? I would say the first thing to do would be to start with the syllabus. And if we click on the syllabus right here, we are going to get this document and it'll pop up. So a couple things about it. Again, you can read the whole course yourself. There is how to get in contact with me. A couple things about me. I've been teaching for 29 years. I have a bachelor's in biology from the University of Delaware. I have a master's in bioethics from the University of Delaware. I have a doctorate EDD in secondary science curriculum and instruction from the University of Delaware, and I have a PhD in medical molecular science from, you guessed it, University of Delaware. Blue hens. So yeah, I've been going to school probably longer than you've been alive, and that's okay. But I'm here to help, and I love what I do, and I'm here to make your course as manageable as possible. So again, if you need to get in touch with me, that is how to do it. So in terms of the book, you definitely want that. And let me talk about this for a second. If you've talked to students who've had this course, this is a very heavy textbook course. Part of the reason it's been refurbished is a large percentage of people who take this are either PA interest or medical school. And we wanted to add a course that had a little bit more of what might mirror your experience in a first semester PA school and or medical school, where pretty much after talking to many of the students who've done it already, it's kind of like, here's your book, here's the online resources, ready to go, test next week. So this is a very heavy textbook based course, and you'll absolutely need it. But I'm going to show you kind of how we work through that. So it's not just, hey, read the book, because I don't think that that's enough. So here are the objectives of the course. You can read all those. Here is how you are graded, and I'm going to talk about that in a bit. The most important part is this. This is a 1-month course. This is going to go quick. So you need to know exactly what is due when. So this is your schedule for everything. It is not necessarily a week to week. You can see that this first week definitely seems like it's a Monday to a Sunday, but then after that it's not. You got to be very careful that it's not every Monday, because it's only 4 weeks. So the reason why that's the case is that I was given these options from the testing center. These are the only options that they have for exams during when we break. So I had to end units when the test was. These tests are going to be taken either at UD Testing Center or through ProctorU, and you will be contacted by them. I do not handle anything with the exams at all. They basically access my course and they control it, and they set all the things up. So if you have some sort of accommodation, that is all done by the testing center and through the testing center. So if after the first couple days of school you haven't gotten an email from the testing center of some sort, check your email and let me know, and I will make sure that that happens. So that is your schedule. All right, and you can read all the rest of this later. All right, so now that that's done, so we're kind of going in order here. You have a course procedural acknowledgement page you need to get done by the 18th. That's basically a document that just says you're not going to cheat. You're aware of how this course is organized, how the course is delivered. It's basically just making you aware of what it is you're supposed to do. So that's pretty easy. Hopefully you get an easy A on that one. Then the next thing, this is new for most of you. Because this is an online course, I don't just want to have you go, do the textbook. So I have a series of about 45 mini lectures to help you out with the fundamentals of the content for this course. This is not a fundamental course. This is an advanced course, and so it expects that you know some fundamental information first. So all of these things you see down here, like structure of DNA and DNA replication overview, transcription all of these things are little video vignettes And if I were to just like click on one, and you know, some are created by me, some are not, but the questions are like Amoeba Sisters. They're fantastic. I don't use them for a lot of things, but you'll notice here that if you click on this activity and you try to like you know open it, it won't work, and that's because you haven't registered yet. That's Edpuzzle. So how do you do that? And actually, let me go back to it one more time because I want to show you one more thing. Actually, you can tell that you're not registered for it because my name is not appearing here. So once you register, your name will appear right there, and you only have to do it once, and it will always work. So let's go ahead and do that. So if we hit register for Edpuzzle right here, and if we open it up, you're going to see a screen that looks like this, and you're going to go all the way up here to sign up. And then you're going to hit sign up with Edpuzzle, and you'll notice that this is the class, and you're going to put your name and password, and you're going to sign up and join the class, and hooray, it's done. And then basically once you're logged in, then you're going to see that when I click on that same assignment, things are going to look a little bit different. So now that I went and had and registered for Edpuzzle, now when I click on DNA Replication Overview or any of them, you're going to see it looks a little different. There's my name. So that means now I'm in. And by the way, Edpuzzle is free. So let's explain what it is. If I hit get started on it, you'll see that it looks just like a regular YouTube video, but it actually isn't. You can see all these little tick marks down here. And when I get to certain points of the video, I created a series of questions, either open-ended or whatnot, and you'll see that I'm trying to forward it and it won't. So don't think you can just skip ahead. You have to kind of watch the whole video. But all of these little things here are little video vignette questions, little embedded questions that as soon as you click on it, like I may ask you, which of the following is really a DNA, enzyme? And so it's for your learning. And that's what the purpose of all of and it's not graded. Edpuzzles are not graded. I highly suggest you do them, but it's for your own learning. And excuse me, the reason why, so you'll see that all of these things here are fundamental. So my suggestion for how to go through this course based on students who have taken my course, and when I give them a survey, they said watch the Edpuzzles first. So the first thing I would do, so now that we have that done, let's just kind of move to like how you would study for the test and the order of operations. First thing is you want to go down to this. This is the exam study guide. So if I click on this, the first thing you would do, this is also for 691. These are the major topics. So if you want to know what's on the test, then there it is. If you want to know which topics have the most amount of points on the test, the red ones. So this is, if I were you, what I would study. And a lot of you guys like making Google Docs or something like that. So, if I were you, copy paste these into a document and spread them out and start filling stuff in. But that is the basis for the test. So now you know what the test is. You're going to go ahead and just go down the list. Watch the structure of DNA. Watch replication. Again, these are more fundamental. The reason you want to review these first is that the book is more advanced. It assumes you know all this stuff. And so that's kind of why I've created a series of these. So there's the one for chapter 1. Here's the one for chapter 2, down the line. And then chapter 3, you get the idea. And then the chapter 4, and then your study guide. So that is how the course is organized all the way down the line. I'm going to keep pretty much all of it open, and you're going to see why in a second. So there's kind of everything. Boy, that looks like a lot of stuff. So 2 more things. Number 1 is the case study. There is a case study that is due, and this is very important that you pick the right one. If you are an undergraduate and if you are not using this class for honors credit, you do this case study, okay? If you are an undergraduate and you want to use this class for honors credit, or if you are an MMSC491 graduate student, all graduate students in this class, and I have about 4 of you, you guys are doing the retinoblastoma honors case study. So undergrad honors students and all graduate students who are in 691 are doing the retinoblastoma honors case study. And then this is where you upload that, and you can see that's through the end of the course. So the other last thing is obviously the assignments that were referred to in the syllabus. You can see that they are all here down the line. And then here's all the assignments. So you also have your quizzes. Um, some of the quiz questions are on the exam, some are not. I'm always constantly working on improving this course from when it was handed to me. There's a couple of these questions that are really, really um, specific. But generally speaking, the combination of these will prepare you for the exam. And some of these are open-ended where you have to type stuff, and so we'll get to that later. But the last thing is that on your syllabus, you also have what's called a PBL assignment, problem-based learning assignment, for chapters 10 and 11, and those are indicated here. You're not going to get to them yet. It's going to show you basically exactly how to do these, and I will kind of get to that thing. So if I look in my modules for a little bit more detail on them, let's move down to chapters 10 and 11. You can see that we have the problem-based learning assignment, and then we have an exemplar. So basically, if you want to see exactly what this should look like, this is what it should look like. And so it's where you're basically creating a series of learning objectives that you find out or you create from the textbook and basically answer these learning objectives. So that's the course. So last thing we got to talk about is, what do I do? What's my role? So in a course like this, it can be a couple things. Number one, if you get into this course, you find everything you need, you find it organized, you are an independent learner. We might never talk, and that's fine with me. But my preference is, as you're learning, if you have a question about something, that you just text me and set up a Zoom, or just email me with a question, and I can go ahead and do it. So for example, if your question is like the night before the test and you're like, hey, I don't understand chapter 1, that's not an appropriate question nor an appropriate time frame. But if it's a couple days before and you're like, hey, I'm going over transcription and translation, and I don't understand the role of transcription factors in eukaryotic DNA replication, or DNA to RNA to protein transcription translation, then that's a good question. So that's, again, what I'm here for, is however much you need me. So use me, don't use me. And as a review, again, the Ed puzzles are not graded. They are basically in place of if this class was face-to-face, but they will help you out greatly in your learning. So on that note, good luck. And if you have any questions, let me know.